Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. Week 16 recap. We are on the main channel, right? I go over all the things that happen on Draftkings. This video usually exists on the second channel, but based on the week 17 schedule for this week, I don't have as much content that I have to push out, so there is room on the main channel. So welcome to the Monday video. First look will be out on Tuesday. We're going to do that on Tuesday this week, and running backs are going to be pushed back to Wednesday because there is no cage match because of the holiday weekend and everybody's traveling that's in fantasy, and I don't want to ask people to be on a show when there's traveling and family time and everything else. And then the rest of the week goes on as planned, with Thursday being top stacks and Friday being its content and Saturday being 5 under 5. Hopefully we'll have a better picture this week of that because there are a million games on the main slate. But we are going to talk about everything that happened back in week 16, how I did in Best Buys with the article that I write on ESPN Plus, my high stakes lineup, the Millionaire Maker 150 that I put out there. We'll see how I did in that, as well as looking at the SmizzGang Listener League, the top 10 in there. We do have another Listener League up for this week. Smizzle.tv/league will get you there. But let's go take a look at how I did this week. Let's go!
He's a legend.
So as usual, I will start with my article on ESPN Plus, which is called Best Buys. Hopefully you guys read it. If you want to look for it, it's out every Thursday morning, and then I'll change the redirect. It's just like the Listener League. Smizzle.tv/Best Buys. One word, no caps. Takes you to this article every single Thursday during football season. And hopefully you have a ESPN Plus, and you should, because you all have Disney Plus. So like, you should have ESPN Plus. If you do, you have access to this article. Did not do great at quarterback this week, except Justin Herbert, 21.9 points, 336 yards and 1 touchdown. He was fine, not thrilling, but like, he was fine. Matthew Stafford was terrible, 9.7 fantasy points, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 197. This game did not go the way that we all kind of thought that it was going to go. And it hurts. And speaking of hurts, Jalen Hurts had 16.7 points. This game did not go the way that I thought that it would go either. The Eagles kind of stomped the Giants. However, Jalen Hurts threw for 2 touchdowns and 199 yards, which for Jalen Hurts is usually amazing. The problem is he only ran 2 times. He ran the ball 2 times for 7 yards. That's not good enough. When you throw the ball for 199 and 2 touchdowns, that kind of stinks. It's just average at best. But like, when you have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, who typically runs for like 60 yards on the ground, that would have been better, and it would have added to the 16.7 points he ended up with. Not great, Bob. But Joe Burrow was great with 525 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, 41.1 DraftKings points, and was the path. Like, I kind of nailed this one after missing a couple of the others. Price absurdly low. They allow 7.9 per passing attempt, 5.9 per play. The numbers are barely better than the Jets. The Ravens have defended this season matchups picture perfect for Burrow. Jamar Chase have potentially huge games, and we double stack. You guys know that I view quarterbacks like Taco Bell. They are there to serve me Pepsi, not tacos. So I use the quarterback to get me access to 2 of their pass catchers, and it certainly worked in the Cincinnati doubles this week, as we talked about on First Look last week. James Robinson got hurt. Just feels bad. I hate it. He was poised to have a massive game and tore his Achilles, so he's probably going to miss the entirety of next season. I hope he gets better soon. He didn't deserve any of the nonsense that happened this season, especially not this week. Ronald Jones II. Now, he got there, but I'm going to say that we were lucky in this spot. 20 carries, 2 catches on 3 targets. He had 81 total yards. So, like, he had 16.1 DraftKings points for 5.1K, more than 3x his salary, which is fine. Definitely did you good on FanDuel, where he was absurdly cheap. He is going to continue to be the main guy moving forward. I will see what his price is for week 17 when we do First Look, but he only played 51% of the snaps in that game, with Keyshawn Vaughn playing 35.5%. Now, obviously, this game was one where the Buccaneers got up big. Maybe they didn't have to ride the horse later in the game. I would have preferred to have seen 70% or 65+% of the snaps being played by Rojo, but he didn't. he got there. We're going to have to monitor this situation closely as the next couple of weeks go on in the absence of Leonard Fournette. Justin Jackson was just a ridiculous smash with 35.2 DraftKings points, and everybody had him at 4.2 or 5.4 on FanDuel. Obvious play was obvious, and it did really, really well. He caught 8 balls. Like, why can't they just do that with Eckler every week? I'm not mad. You're mad. Cooper Kupp had a bad game yesterday. 10 catches, 13 targets, 109 yards, no touchdowns. He only had 24.3 points. God, he sucks. He's so good. Antonio Brown, 4.9, one of the more obvious wide receiver values on the day. 10 catches, 15 targets, 101 yards, 23.1 DraftKings points, another smash. Laquan Treadwell was fine. 4 catches, 5 targets, 54 yards, 9.4 points. But by the time the weekend got there, and because it's Christmas, we weren't doing edits on Best Buys. I tried to email a couple in like, oh, there's nobody here to kind of change them. We're just going to write it out. We're going to erase players as they get cuts. Like Dalvin Cook was originally in the article. I wanted to replace him with Madison. He got, it didn't happen. I wanted to replace I had Gabriel Davis in this one. I said replace him with McKenzie. It didn't happen. He was in the Best Buys if you go look at the lineup HQ from last week on rotogrinders.com, but didn't make the article. And then obviously Palmer on the Chargers was the obvious play as well. All the value got there at wide receiver, basically. Mark Andrews, absolute smash, 29.5 points. And as you'll see with the rest of the plays at tight end, we've spoken ad nauseum about how the tight end position is the great differentiator in tournaments. So when you get a guy that has over 25 points at tight end, a lot of the other tight ends don't get anywhere close, and you're separating yourself by like 15 or 20 points from the rest of the group when they have 25 to 40 fantasy points. So that's why you want to take shots on guys like Rob Gronkowski, who only had 2 targets, 23 yards, 3.3 DraftKings points. I'll take the L there. Same with Dallas Goedert. Missed massively. 4 targets only, 2 catches, 28 yards, 4.8 DraftKings points. CJ Uzomah was fine with 8.6 points, 7 targets, 5 catches, 36 yards. The Eagles had like 16 points. The Raiders and the Jets were the Raiders and the Jets. Taking a look at my high stakes lineup here. So I had Robinson, and this is like a $2,000 tournament. James Robinson at 64%. High stakes is a different game, guys. So I thought that I had to eat the chalk here on Jackson. I could fit Robinson, and I probably should not have played him. There were other ways that I could have gone, but I did not at high stakes want to pair. I did this in my 150 millionaire maker. It's like I allowed for it to happen, to have like Jackson and Burkhead in the lineup, but I was not going to do that in high stakes, and it cost me as Robinson was out, got 1 point. So like if you did not play Robinson in high stakes, you basically won. I also had Stafford here with Kupp. I wanted a lot of Kupp, Jefferson. Palmer worked out. Goddard, Brown worked out. The Falcons did not, but too many snowflakes on a day where there were obvious routes to the top by the end of the day. My millionaire maker lineups, I got a few into the top 1%. I had one in the top 250. This one here, Josh Allen, McKenzie, had Emmanuel Sanders, who snowflaked. We came back on that one with Damian Harris, who had 31 points. Jackson was one of the flag plants for me here, and very easy ways to get off of stuff. But I had like 50% Kupp to Jefferson, and I needed like 60 points plus out of that combo, and I got 47. So that didn't quite get there. I thought that was going to really drive me on this day and be a little bit different, as everybody's going to be on Kupp, but not a lot of people are going to be on Jefferson, and the combo was going to be lower played than a lot of different other combos that were there. But McKenzie, a great pivot off of the Palmer chuck. What was Palmer? Palmer was 16.5%. McKenzie was 1.6%, had a touchdown, 100 plus yards, 11 receptions, playing in the place of Beasley in the slot yesterday. Taking a look at the SmizzGang Listener League. Congratulations to I Am Ski Man, 255 points. Joe Burrow, that Burkhead Jackson combo that I was talking about, right? Like I usually don't allow for 2 running backs in the same game, but like there was nobody left on Houston, and Justin Jackson was such an obvious play to pay off that like Burkhead made a lot of sense here as a bring back, a secondary stack bring back there. Burrow, Chase, Higgins, brought it back with Andrews, played the value in Palmer, had Cooper Kupp as a one-off. This was his secondary, made a lot of sense. Jets D, 9 fantasy points. CH Dallas, hit on a unicorn here. I tweeted like jokingly yesterday that like Burrow quad stacks are going to win somebody all the money. Joe Burrow, Mixon, Higgins, Boyd, Chase, brought it back with Andrews, had Brown as a one-off, and Jackson as a one-off. So congratulations to him on his 249. Riley 100. Done talking with his fifth lineup. KO Bun 916. SND 99. Tansman with 240. Creaky Knees, Colts 19, and Oxidized. Lots of high scores, basically every single one of them tied to the Joe Burrow stack that we talked through. Oh, there's one that wasn't. Josh Allen with McKenzie. Was this Josh Allen, Singletary, McKenzie? Did he bring this back with anything? No. Did he have a secondary stack in here? No. Just went after all of the value plays and then played the snow game defense with the Seahawks. So basically, whole lot of high scores this week because of everything that came out of these Burrow doubles and bringbacks with Andrews. You kind of had to have that guy if you wanted to get there. That's sometimes how it goes. You're either on the main stack that scores a bazillion points or you're not. And it's much easier to be right about that one thing than it is to be right about 4 different things. This is why we double stack. This is why we bring it back with somebody on the opposing team, because that's the easiest path to get yourself to the top. So correlate your lineups, put in the work, try and find the results, and look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.